My queue looks absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely stinking ridiculous. I have queued up hundreds of things, man. Maybe I need even more fleets at this point. I mean, they're all going to need to turn into like ironclads and monitors eventually. Emphasis on eventually, but more ships could help if I decide to do anything naval, I suppose. But we only have so much room in Kansai. There's some things that buff it up, but not a lot. But still, for now, we'll just toss another 5 of each into Kansai. And that brings that up to 30. Still a lot of leeway there. Then another military shipyard after that would probably end up being useful as well. I know infrastructure. Yeah, this is something I've been meaning to look at that I really haven't. But infrastructure is going to be kind of a big concern. Just max out the ports there. Max them out there. And some other places are going to need some as well in the long run. Not just for convoys for trading, but also for sending stuff overseas. And just in general, it could help with infrastructure, but railways, of course, would help with that more. We did just build a bunch of railways, so I'm gonna maybe look over some things that aren't using railways yet, which there's very few of. And maybe we could flip those over, like the tobacco plantations. There's just so many of these, is one of the problems. There's so many of these, and I can't really sort them too well. But if I did this, it'll say that they'll all just swap over anyway, which creates a transportation shortage, which the private industry might
Would y'all still need it
fill.
on 2-speed?
Yeah, I've been busy non-stop right now.
Gotcha.
And so, if I look at railways, and then I sort by earnings, then we can definitely see some room to expand here. I don't know if I want to look at increasing any of this in 5s. Shikoku definitely could use a couple. Could definitely use a couple. And that's a place where we could use some more infrastructure, as well as Tohoku. Chugoku could use a bunch, as well as Kansai. I'm going to do maybe a dumb thing, like maybe I want to shift click. Actually, that doesn't look as dumb as you would think. That actually seems pretty reasonable. Alright, well then Kyushu as well, because that could use some. Infrastructure and transport costs are going to need help overall. We're going to get to buff these up in the future, so I don't want to like over invest into that or anything, but hey. We know this is going to get boosted up already, but we could definitely use some more kind of spread out. I'll do 3, 4, 5, 5, 5 into ports. That could be handy. Sakhalin, I don't really know if that's worth it. Sakhalin's kind of a special case. I'll put 1 there at the very least, and then we know that that is going to need more shipyards in general. And we know that these are, well, these are not even all converted over to steamships, which might be something we could do. Steamships, it's going to use less wood, more steel, and other things. A lot of these say they're just not going to be profitable doing that. So it's probably the case that we actually do have quite a lot. They just need to swap over. Oh yeah, I see why. Because this also pumps out steamers, not just clippers. And so that's part of the problem. Is that anything that does switch over to doing this, like this right here, for example in Hokkaido, it's trying to pump out steamships. I see how that could be maybe a problem. Yeah, because we're not using this because I didn't really know, like, hey, what uses this? If I switch the one in Sakhalin over to using that, though, then I can create a demand, just going back and forth. I'm just going to force this, honestly. I'm just going to force this over. Just change it all over no matter what. It's going to hurt clipper production. But then if I start going to the whaling stations and whatnot, I can use these steamers and then figure it all out from there. This made a huge need for coal, where the most productive route is with China. We'll try to fill in some of this coal demand. I'm also getting some from Russia. Yeah, it's just skyrocketing up. It's the lack of things, because we're using coal and steamers now. And if we sort by the balance, we'll see engines will use some work. Clippers are not entirely okay right now. I don't really know who's buying it. Just the normal ports at this point. And is that even really needed? Is that something I can change? I can, yeah. I can change those away as well. But that's also maybe a little... Are those even really being produced anymore? The original clippers, when you swap it over, is just like a full shift into steamers. Because I could have been doing this earlier without realizing it. Oh, and that's a lot of pollution. Good thing we're going up into healthcare. Yeah, no, these only pump out those. We would want, then, to change all these ports over for sure. So if I change that over, that's going to get rid of that problem, but it's going to mean we have new problems, such as the price of coal is ridiculous right now. And, however, in terms of actual steamers, I think we're pretty well off. I've just discovered, like, this whole new thing with steamers that I'm having to shift over into. I didn't realize I could already make these.
I still can't even afford them. It requires too many engines, unfortunately.
Let's add 3 engine production into Shikoku. Let's add... I don't know if we're... I mean, we will need more, yeah. I say, 4 more into Chugoku, because I know those demands are going to start going up like crazy. The coal mines, we're definitely going to need coal. And this is more profitable to build in the places where we have those local prices, of course, right? We have to start, like, adding these in 10s at some point. Let's add 10 to Hokkaido. And then, even then, it just stays, like, more profitable there. Interestingly. We're going to need a lot of this. Every one level, what does one level of this make? 85 times 10? That's not even enough. I need more. I just flat out need more. So we're going to max out the coal mines there. And then shift click, control click, just more into Kyushu to cover this transition, basically. Because it uses coal and steamers. And the thing is, we have enough in the way of steamers. If we are short on steamers, I don't see it. I don't even see it as a resource here, honestly. Wow, dye and liquor looks very similar. Yeah, no, there's steamers. We make more than enough steamers. We make more than enough of that stuff. So building more of this isn't even entirely useful. I mean, there's definitely a profit to be made, as it would seem. There's definitely a profit to be made. Probably out of, like, local pricing. I'll add 1 to Sakhalin, just for that local pricing. Sure. And then, I mean, with that, we know we're going to need more steel. Yeah, we know we're going to need more steel. So I could throw 3 there, 2 there, just temporarily for right now, which creates, like, its whole other problems. Oh, man, and this... It's like one thing leads to another, and now I'm 7 years out on construction, and I'm definitely going to need more of other things. We are burning through money right now, so I could peel back out of all of these additional government wages. I mean, right there. Let's just peel all the way back out of that. What's going into this? I think a lot of it is just like the price of coal has negatively affected things or whatever. The buy orders for grain have reduced tremendously, probably because the price of fish is so... I'm making so much fish. Oh my god. Well, I now make a lot of fish. I'm the 3rd largest producer of fish worldwide. I'm surprised I'm not the top one. I'm offloading as much of it as my convoys can sustain into China to help feed your people.
Thank you.
This is not proving to be very profitable compared to this, so I'm going to get rid of that. Alright, I think I'm finally ready for 3 speed. God help me. We do still need more government admins eventually as well to help with this other stuff. And then this isn't even looking into military, right? Like, I need to look back into my army at some point, probably maxing out another one of these. The Hokkaido army is going to need more stuff eventually, right? So right now they're all infantry, so I know, like, lancers would be a pretty easy call to shift click in there. And then the rest of it is all just going to be artillery. I can just control click in. And there you go. That would be another finished thing. I look at what that needs after, probably. I'll look at what that needs to support it after. And we'd have 3 kind of maxed out armies in places where at least 2 of which are usually guaranteed to be on my side every single time. Ooh. France at war with the Ottomans, I think? Yeah, and the Ottomans are doing pretty well.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's a mega war. They got even America and Austria at their side.
That's
the
crazy.
Austrians and the Ottomans fighting together. That's a new one. Well, not really, but yeah.
I don't see the Austrians on the Ottoman side.
Oh, do they peace out?
America and Venezuela are there.
Okay, they may have peaced out a while ago.
Yeah, I think they peaced out. They're not in another war. Hey, Russia, what's your construction queue at? Like, what's the amount of total construction? Ooh.
1114.
Jesus. We've almost hit the magic number of peasants to complete a mission. I think we actually did hit that at some point because it's like gone or whatever. Oh yeah, I was gonna do this and I just haven't. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, and I don't have the bureaucracy to really do it at this point either. So we need to like get through a lot of this stuff. I mean, hell, it's like I might want to queue up more. And this is totally ignoring universities still. This is totally ignoring universities. But my literacy is at 73%. That's not like amazing, to be honest, but it's not awful. And now our health institution is at 3, and that's why the bureaucracy is so low. That's why it's so low. And Jesus, would you look at this? These two are going to need it the most. I'm going to shift click some more of that onto there. And then, of course, not forgetting that we're probably going to need at least a small increase in the amount of paper that we are producing. Damn, look at the infrastructure in Kyushu's looking pretty bad. Oof. We'll throw 5 paper into Kyushu and Chugoku at least. Ah, fuck it. 5 more into Kanto as well. I don't even know if we have enough stuff queued up to help with the infrastructure there. I think we do, because I'm building a ton of ports there, for example. And I don't know if this adds, it does add to the infrastructure. In addition, I know that I have railways set to build there eventually, right? Eventually. I think it would be too crazy to go ahead and add another 2 construction to Shikoku to speed up this queue. It's definitely a very long queue. Ironclads have been unlocked. You know, that's going to create new demands as well that I'll have to think about.
It does take forever when I click on something when it goes through.
Yeah, you're lagging behind. You're behind even Travis. You're having trouble with 3 speed at this date. At least with whatever's going on for you. It catches up occasionally. Why'd you groan, Travis? I'm talking to Narfi, not you.
Oh.
Your
Well, I mean,
computer's
I
running
knew that.
fine.
Mainly just groaning because 2 speed takes forever for anything to be done.
Why are you in a rush?
I mean, I'm sitting here still on 20 million debt, waiting for my money to get back to normal.
Yeah, I'm watching the time. Either Narfi's CPU likely or his internet is having trouble. But if he's plugged into Ethernet, I think that part's probably fine. Oh my god, I'm actually earning recognition passively. I don't even know what I did to accomplish that.
What's your standard of living and literacy at?
My standard of living has gone up a lot. Yeah, I'm number 11 in the world right now. I buffed up healthcare a bunch. I'm on the last stage getting rid of welfare, and it's been like that for like months. I was at like 40%, but now I'm back down to 25% success. I have a feeling it's gonna screw me over on the last stage. Russia, I will take an embassy, please and thank you. Now that it's actually growing. Oh my gosh. I need to work on my literacy some more. That's something that I've been really putting off, because I have so many other things that I need. And my industrialists just keep randomly saying, here's a university, here's a university, here's a university. I'll at least queue like 1 up, and we'll put it in Hokkaido. That's a place where there's a lot of jobs. I'll at least queue 1 up, right? Language in the classroom, assimilation, Siberian pops. Oh, man. Yeah, no. Teach them to speak the proper language. Fuck the Siberians. Doesn't matter. There's barely any of them. Tells you to join Japanese Chinese society. Sure.
CPU.
What makes you say that?
It goes up to 80%.
80% is not bad. So with CPU, there's 2 things: speed and capacity. So long as the capacity is not 100%, you're not running into a bottleneck with that. The speed is probably your limiter, because you're using a laptop.
He is?
Yeah, he plays on a laptop.
Oh.
Ever since you met him, and before then, he's been using a laptop. So that's the real problem, probably. If your internet's fine, if it's plugged into Ethernet, then more than likely it's probably CPU processing, because this game seems very CPU heavy in terms of speed, and it's probably just because you're on a laptop. Meaning there's not a lot you could do about that anyway. I'd say you could try to like reduce graphic settings. The problem is low-end graphic settings in video games tend to be very CPU heavy, whereas the higher end offload that work onto the graphics card. So I wouldn't even say that like that could help. Just quick PC lesson.
Yeah.
Activate first aid recovery rate. That would be very useful, but it uses fabric and liquor. But I have that stuff actually kind of accounted for, and I think we already make quite a lot of liquor. Yeah, maybe. It comes from subsistence rice paddies. Oh, that's it. What's that?
Can it also be my memory?
That does affect CPU speed, but like the speed of the memory. If you're maxed out on RAM, that could cause its own problems, but I don't know that would affect processing speed. Depends how much of a, like, is your RAM like at 100% right now?
This game also uses like most of my RAM.
It does use a lot of RAM. What'd you say, Narfi?
It's at 13.6 gigabytes, so 86%.
Yeah, no, so long as it's not like 100%, then that's not a problem. But the speed of RAM technically does affect the speed of your CPU and vice versa. So, I mean, technically, yes. But also, I think the biggest problem is just that you're on a laptop CPU. So, it's just a little slow. And that's what's causing your late clicks.
Yeah, I also had that with Crucially Kings at the last time.
Yes, it's just the laptop CPU. Whenever you eventually get a desktop, this will be no problem. How do I make liquor?
Under the groceries, you can get different stills. Like, it's a production method in the food industries.
Let me see this. Oh, oil has been discovered! Oh my god! Wait, I don't even have that unlocked. I wonder if someone else can build oil in my nation now, even though I can't.
Oil in Japan?
Yeah, I have oil.
Wow, imagine this timeline.
I mean, Japan already had some natural oil, and it's only been discovered in one location. Yeah, I can't even harvest the oil, but it's discovered. Steel railway cars are going. That means I got...
Where is it?
Oh yeah, the ironclads. It's in Hokkaido?
Travis, I gotta get in there.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke, but I guess I can't build it either. That's a shame.
You have to unlock it.
Yeah, you have to unlock it. I can build it if I want.
See,
Are you able to build it?
I am able to build it, yeah.
Are you able to build it in Hokkaido?
I'm getting those events too.
I'm trying to find... I have so many things that I don't know where the groceries are anymore.
No,
Food
that's
industries.
cannot support oil rigs.
Alright, it might be like my tech.
Yeah, I got rid of welfare. Yeah.
Oh, I see the patent stills. Yeah, so is this really the only source?
Well, and technically, substance farms does make it too.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
what
I'm almost
people
out of peasants, so...
Yeah.
It says here, produce in food industries, rye farms, subsistence orchards, subsistence pastures.
Okay, I don't have access to rye. So yeah, it's gonna be food industries for me then. Gotcha.
And honestly, if there's not that much of a demand, I would just import it, honestly.
I'm
'Cause-
planning for future demand,
Okay.
is the thing.
Because, like, groceries themselves are, like, really valuable. Liquor is kind of meh.
It can be used for my military is what I was primarily looking at. But I noticed my surplus wasn't like that massive. I think I'll definitely activate first aid on this stuff. That does consume a lot of money. And because it probably makes some of these things negative. But groceries are already not positive. I'll throw those in. We put a lot of things onto other stuff. Look at these damn arts academies, man. There's like money to be made here that is just not being made. I'm gonna spread some of these out. Don't know why it's like the way it is, but I'll just put one arts academy everywhere. Not sure, yeah, why it is the way it is. But if we look, yeah, it's mainly just coal's a problem, clothes are a problem, and food was a problem, but it's not anymore. And I don't know if I don't think we've gone through any of that stuff. I think they've just started eating fish. I think I made fish just so popular. I did, yeah, that like I massively lowered my demand for grain just because I make so much fucking fish that the price is just so cheap that they're just like, all right, fuck it, I can eat fish. Isn't this what happened in Japan in real life?
Pretty much.
This is literally what happened. I'm over here trying to fight grain prices. That's a mistake. I should have just fished more. Ever since that war ended, I've just had such this endless list of things to do. Because I'm full swing in an industrial revolution. My GDP chart is retarded, man. It just keeps going up because of how much needs to be built. And I don't even have, like, you know, Narfi's level of construction. So it's crazy. Well, I see Russia's up to
Even
like
I'm
200 mil.
keeping up.
You're also going up?
Yeah, I can't keep up. That's also the problem.
Yeah, there's so much to build. I was tempted to put laissez-faire, and then I looked at it again. I was like, you know what? No. Because everything the private industry builds is like in an inefficient location. I need to account for efficiency in the long run. Whew.
Trav's taking my gold mines.
Yes.
He's taking them or he's building?
He's building them.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ironclads. Fuck, I still haven't looked at that. Ironclads are these. Oh, they've already upgraded. Ammunition, artillery, and ironclads. Oh, crap. Do I even make ironclads, bro?
Resoula,
My construction queue fell up for a year in advance.
I think I need to do
Rez,
this.
are you still there? Your mic cut out for a second. for
Yeah,
me.
I'm here. I just probably just didn't hold the button long enough.
Okay. Just want to make sure you didn't crash again.
Alright, so what is using Man of Wars? What is actually using these? Naval bases? I think we need to swap those over. Naval base. I don't think I can swap those over. I think that's just like what the fleet itself wants. It's because we have that as a unit. So upgrade all capital ships.
Somehow getting religious schools would radicalize the religious people.
Yeah, fuck them.
And I can't get private schools because I have state religion and no one wants to get rid of that. So no schools for me.
Speaking of schools, you know what? Let me go ahead and just make sure we have one of these universities everywhere at the end of the list. At the end of the list. This won't be needed as much in a moment. I am swapping to ironclads. Man, the transition to steamers, among other things, can be pretty brutal. It's just one of those things that's really hard to do a transition with. Jesus Christ, I'm exporting so much fish to China. How hungry are your people?
Very.
I'm exporting
starving.
3.32 thousand fish to China. That is a lot. Man, I could probably make more fish. I don't think I'm ever invading anything in this playthrough. I have everything I need right here. Funny enough.
Except for rubber.
Yeah, I don't have rubber. But like getting the military built up alongside expanding my economy, alongside just keeping up with everything, it's such a big task that I just have never really had time this whole time to invade anybody.
It's also just kind of too late for us to really even catch up to France when it comes to all their research and tech. I wouldn't be
Although,
shocked if they...
I feel like I'm catching up dramatically in terms of my ability to fight them in general. Because I've gotten to this point where I'm so industrialized that I can just fight whatever, like, just about at, like, the same level as them. I haven't even been investing into military. But now I'm starting to. I just got the ironclads. The monitors are queued up, as well as the shrapnel artillery. And if I just look at that some more and just focus on it, it's really not going to be too rough.
You could try taking Australia. You could probably fight Britain if you build more Navy stuff.
Yeah, with the fact that there's like 25 years remaining, we'll see. I'm not going to plan that far ahead. I'm more concerned with them attacking me in a short time frame than me attacking something else. That's more just like a luxury thing. But I'm definitely, like, I went from unable to do anything about them to, like, I'd be impressed if they could land in my country at this point. Maybe if they showed up with a lot of, like, really good tech. But I have the numbers now, and my tech is not terrible.
Yeah, you're lucky you have smart people in your country.
I started
Yeah,
out with a
imagine
good
that.
literacy rate. Now it's number 23, so I need to start going out of my way to make it better, probably. But still, it's not bad.
Mine is number 110.
Number 110.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm 185.
Keep it up.
Yeah, my literacy has done pretty well. Like, it starts out pretty well, which is surprising. So I haven't really had to look at it very much all game. But I did start very far behind in tech anyway. Steam Donkey. Ooh, I got the Steam Donkey, boys.
Yay.
Travis hates it here.
Why?
You just hear it in his voice. And I really am going to need more railways. There's a lot already queued up, but I can see it. I definitely need more. I don't know when we're going to reach that part of the queue. It's going to take a minute.
I don't know why, but every single time I look at my army just new armies are being made for no reason, and I don't understand why.
Conscripts, maybe?
Well, yeah, but that shouldn't really be creating new armies. I've never had that happen.
I'm gonna build 2 more construction in Kyushu, because I can just manage it at this point. So, we're at 447, they should raise it even more. Even more, by a bunch. Whew, the foreign stuff. Lead mines, that's good. Dye plantations, interesting. I guess there's still a demand for that. Well, dye, sure, you know, I'll take it. It's not as good as rice for food, I suppose, but I will still take it. I can completely change, like, what these need by just investing into groceries as well, but that's gonna be kind of big. That's the main thing that changes there, honestly. Everything's the same, except for you're using a lot of groceries and not a lot of grain. You need grain to make groceries, though. So, and then there's, like, liquor input for morale recovery. I think it's, like, the extra supplies. Like, this stuff matters way more. This matters way, way more. Eventually becomes meat and wine. I don't know if that also needs what comes before. They're not very clear about that. I don't think it also needs what comes before. But it gives, like, offense and defense. This doesn't look like it changes at all. So I'm going to assume this is, like, cumulative, actually. In which case, that is quite a lot. I am starting to burn through enough money that it could be worth popping back up to low taxes. Certainly. I am building a lot of ports, so my amount of convoys is getting a lot better as well. So I might want to just see about that first. Probably more into importing than exporting. I'm importing 2,000 coal from Russia. We could use some glass. That's something we will make at some point, but I might be able to help a little bit temporarily by importing some glass from China. At least a bit, right? And then this is going to need some help. I haven't been queuing this up at all. The furniture, just normal ass furniture. That's clearly we're going to need quite a bit of that. We don't have this very well spread out, honestly, so I'd be good to spread some of this production out so we have some better local prices, and then 1 in Kanto, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. Places like Kanto also make the luxury furniture, so that will increase that a little bit as well. Shogunate political strength or interest group approval reduction. Well, they really like me right now in general, so I'd rather just hurt it, because I don't know. I mean, they're not as dangerous as they used to be. 5 years of them being stronger doesn't actually sound completely terrible. Like, what's the alternative? Like the Hayman, for example? I don't know. But, I mean, fuck it. Yeah, they're one of the weakest. I don't mind giving them a little bit more power right now, the way things stand. Certainly not. We still have 34% peasants, so we don't need to worry too much about that at the moment. And look at the population chart. We're just having so much births, and it's probably just getting even better. Honestly, yeah. Birth rate, mortality, standard of living modifiers. There's a lot of that coming in. So I don't need to worry about population too much at the moment. Oh yeah, that progress bar is definitely very slowly going up on my earning recognition. Wonder if I'll hit it by the end. Also, Russia, do you have room for a defensive pact or alliance? I don't know which one you have with Travis.
I have enough for it now.
What do we want? Alliance, defensive pact? Alliance? These high-end, like, tier 5 military techs are definitely, like, luxury techs. I'm gonna throw this on. Oh, crap. I just misclicked and interrupted what I was doing. I know it was this. Eventually was the monitor, but not yet. It was steel frame, and then I was going into getting oil. I know I was going into getting oil at some point, and then it was probably this stuff right here. I'm not sure anymore. I think it might have been going down to here. I don't remember. I think it was just tier 3 over here in general, so oil and all that. I think rotary valves might have come up at some point. Electrical generation would definitely be useful. Jesus. All right, I gotta, like... now that I misclicked, I have to, like, look over all this stuff again. Shift work. The vacuum cleaning would be so good if I could get it. Well, we are getting it, like, for free at the moment. Shift work would also be very useful. Tell you what, I'll throw this on, throw these on, throw that and that on, and then come back around for... We're already getting monitor for free, so I don't think we'll need that. Grab that. More naval base max would be great, and then the breech loading artillery into probably some other military things, but I'm not entirely sure what. Probably into the hand-cranked machine gun. That would definitely be kind of useful. And then eventually, I know there's other things that could be pretty useful that we maybe don't have a lot of things over here, be it pan-nationalism or a lot of this other crap, like human rights for multiculturalism, for example. And that might even be better up, higher up, for example. Although a lot of this stuff is spreading anyway, but I'll just throw these in for right now in no particular order, just so I know to look at them in general.